Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and it's Saturday, people, and it's Saturday morning, so it means classic stories are coming back. So I'm really excited over this one. I hope that we continue going with this, and I cannot wait about the stories that we're going to be covering. So because of the situation that, of course, the Florian Wirtz has been going through over the critique and everything that so many people have been talking about, and I get it. He has not really given you enough that you can say, okay, everything's going to be good. He's going to be a perfect player. I'm going to show you something that is really interesting that happened in 2012 from José Mourinho talking to Madridistas about Luka Modric. Can you believe it? One of the greatest players of Real Madrid, a Ballon d'Or winner. At some point, he was questioned if he was meant to be at Real Madrid, if he was the kind of player that Real Madrid wanted. So it's a very interesting. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, I'm going to talk about what I think and everything that is happening. Because one of the owners of Liverpool came out and talked about how they view Florian Wirtz as a future Ballon d'Or winner at LFC. They see him as that high. For them, they feel like they got value for their money and they're expecting to see the best out of him. So I'm going to go through one of the biggest legends we have in football history today and look at how people thought of him when he went to a bigger club and it felt like he was struggling to get into the game. So in 2012, Jose Mourinho came out and said, all I ask of Madridista is to give Luka Modric time and be patient. He is so good that the Santiago Bernabeu will fall in love with him and will fall in love with his class. That was it. That's all that Jose Mourinho had to say to them. And it felt like he was a bit struggling because even if you look at the picture evidence which was provided, or you can see it on the screen, it was not looking good for him. It felt like he was really not fitting in to what or the class of what Real Madrid were meant to and what they were trying to achieve. So this is why I love football, especially in the social media era, because a lot of players are judged because of what's happening right now. They're never given time to show what they're capable of doing. They're never given time to really show something amazing that we expect to see of them, but they just get judged early and they're told that they are not the best out of everything that we see. So that tells you everything that you should also learn about players, that you should learn to give people time. You should learn to give players time so that they prove themselves, because it is always important that you get to see the best part of players at the end of the day. And that's exactly what this shows. Imagine Jose Mourinho had to beg the Madridistas to literally give Luka Modric some time. Fast forward to he just left Real Madrid last season and he's rated as one of the best, if not the best. There was a moment where you could not separate Casemiro, Luka Modric, and the Toni Kroos. That was a complete team, just them. That midfield was one of the best in the world. 2018, 2019, going forward, those guys were just inseparable. And look at him. He was one of the most important players. They won so many, I think about 5 Champions League, and that tells you everything you need to know about the kind of player we are talking about exactly how far he had to go and to get to where he is right now. You have to respect Luka Modric. You have to respect him for what he had to do, and you have to respect him for what he is, of course, capable of actually doing. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts over this one, and what do you think when maybe you look at it into Florian Wirtz? Because I do still feel like we as the fan bases, we as the people, we judged this player too early. We need to give him that time to settle. He's coming from the Bundesliga, and it always takes time for any player to adjust from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. Like as it is easy for a player living the Premier League to adjust to the Bundesliga, it's always like this because of the fact that they're able to perform the way they do and they're able to show that. So I'm curious and I'm really excited to see where this one goes. Let me know in the comment section as we read our next story. Okay, so let's move on to another story. And I have an interesting one from JJL Kocha, by the way. He was talking about Lionel Messi and what kind of a player he is, and what kind of, a great player what actually shocked him when he found being respected by such kind of a player. So this is what JJL Kocha had to say. He said, When I first met Messi, I was shocked because he recognized me. He called me by my name. He said, "Hello, Jay." I said, "Hello, Messi." Then I turned to Suarez, who was with him, to translate, and I asked him, I didn't play in his generation. How does he remember me? Messi answered himself before translating. "I know you well. I watched you play with Ronaldinho in Paris. You were a real star, and Ronaldinho himself loved you and talked about you in Barcelona." Look at the respect this guy is getting. Then I said to Suarez, "Take a picture of me with the legend." Messi replied, "Take a picture with," replied, "Take a picture with me and the legend on your phone too." I spoke admiring of the Nigerian nation team, and I told you that you are a beautiful team and played well football. I mentioned precious, precious details about his old teammate or about his old matches with Ronaldinho, and he said, "I will send you a picture I'll send this picture to Ronaldinho." At the moment, I understood why he is the greatest. True greatness lies in humility and unforgettable memory. Fellow players, after this situation, anyone who doubts Messi's greatness should talk to me first. This man is different from all the stars, and do you know something? Ronaldinho sent me the photo and said, "Messi sent this to me, this photo, and said, I met a legend and your former friend." That is something amazing. So this is just literally JJ Okocha talking about how Lionel Messi is one of the best players. You can tell that he's one of the best players. Yet this guy is so, I don't know what can I say. He's so humble to a point that scares so many people. How does he recognize Okocha? Because when JJ Okocha, Lionel Messi was not yet even in the football, and of course Ronaldinho was still young, and they never really. But he knows of Okocha because they played together, Paris and Germain, and now that they met, and he's talking about the information he watched about JJ Okocha. Not only, and this is the crazy part, not only the games that they played in Paris with Ronaldinho, but also what this guy did with Nigeria. Remember that Black Star, that Super Ego team, one of the best Nigerian teams that we've ever watched. I remember when they came to them, I think around the 2002 or 3, and we were beaten 3-0. And I remember watching that game, and that's when the alcohol, it was one of the best and the most complete team of Nigeria I've ever seen. They destroyed us, and we had no questions asked. Have you ever seen a situation where you're playing in a certain country and it feels like the commentators are morely for the team that came or for the country that came to play in the ground than actually the team that is playing at home? Because I remember one of the commentators in that game, he went so controversial for supporting or for maybe shouting up the Super Eagles, the Nigerian team, that's complete team. That's one of the best we've ever seen. He got in trouble to a point that he was suspended from his job because they felt like he was supporting more Nigeria than Zimbabwe. So I remember so much a little bit of how much good this Nigeria team was, and the likes of JJ Okocha, what made them so amazing. So you're telling me a man from Argentina who was at the peak of his power literally went down, researched, and found information about JJ after listening to what's his name, Ronaldinho talking about him, and not only finding information about him playing for PSG, but also information about him playing for Nigeria. That takes some serious humility, man. And that's why I will always say that Lionel Messi is one of the best players. In fact, he is, for me, the greatest player. And you can see even JJ agrees. He's saying that if there's anyone who doubts that he's the greatest, come talk to me first before you say anything. Because I know what greatness is. And it's total humility. And that's one thing that Lionel Messi has in abundance. And actually, I like the fact that from then he was already starting to learn English and trying to learn to translate. That's some serious stuff. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people. What do you think of all these two stories that I've covered? Luka Modric used to be questioned by Madridistas, and as well the humility that Lionel Messi showed to JJ Okocha before anyone has ever done or even did that to him. That's some respect. Let me know in the comment section. I'm out. Please subscribe to the Connect.